you started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. Trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby.
There we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. I don't know what round you want to call this now, but yeah, we definitely took that next step down today on that downward move. We'll talk about that and a few other things here today. It is Mother's Day, so hope you guys are all enjoying that. And if you guys are, or if there are any mothers watching, Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Loki, stop it. Loki's over here trying to lick my hand up. Let's see right here. So let's kind of go over what we know about Bitcoin right now, because we have started this downward move. We talked about the specific time when we broke down the higher lows, even though it started off as a small little dip, and then we saw it go, more and more and more after that. Right now, as far as support looks, the last level of support that the bulls really had, it's gone. It's gone, right? There's nothing really holding us right now. What we're going to be hoping for is more on the Fibonacci sides as far as levels of support, and what we're going to be looking at is the support level that we had from last year, 28,754, or depending on what chart you're looking at, I think it's like 28,800 as well. But that's really that next big level of support that we're going to be looking at in the next few weeks here, guys. This is just a major breakdown that we're watching. It should slow down a little bit over the next few days, and then possibly like after midweek continue going down here. But yeah, this is not a good sign. We all knew this was coming, unfortunately, and we'll kind of all have to deal with it going forward. And hey, Michael, capitulation on Mother's Day would not be right. Oh, we're not even close to capitulation. This isn't capitulation. So capitulation may happen in a week or so, or maybe sometime sooner than that, or maybe longer than that, of course. But what we're looking for with capitulation, is that long wick of volume, like this. Let me see if I can put it side by side. Oops, forgot the magnet still on. You're going to be looking for something like this. See how high that red bar is right there? Let me put a line on it right down here. Now let me move over here. Move over still. You see how much further we have to go? Today, we have another 6 hours left, but we're not even that close to a capitulation moment. That's the crazy thing. We're going in this downward move. This is a nice breakdown in Bitcoin, but this isn't capitulation. This is not capitulation at all. So just so you guys know, capitulation means that we're like all hell's breaking loose. And maybe by that I can show you. Babyfish was just telling me a few minutes ago about Luna. I think there was some big news going on with Luna. So let me look that up for you guys. Let's see. Second, find it. 24 hours. I think this might be what I'm talking about, but I'm not entirely sure. Luna drops 20% in a day as whale dumps Terra's UST stablecoin. Sell-off risks ahead. And so what's basically happening right now is Luna's facing a little bit of a supply crisis. They're so levered up right now, just kind of like how people were back in the 2008 financial crisis. And now they need to find some type of money to help them out before they're forced to sell Bitcoin off. And if they're forced to sell Bitcoin, guess what? That's going to hurt us going forward as well, So maybe that will be the capitulation moment in the next few weeks here or so. But right now, you're seeing companies like Luna or coins like Luna have some issues here. They were able to raise some money up here a while ago, but I think it was only like $1 billion or so. Let me get out of this here very fast. Recent. Yeah, here we can go to CNBC. Luna Foundation Guard further bolsters stablecoin reserve by raising 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Right, so Bitcoin's going down right now. That's not really helping their situation out at all. Kind of like with Michael Saylor, if we do drop down to about 21,000, his position is going to be liquidated unless he has a way to borrow for more capital, if you will, or take out a loan or something like that to help out his margins. But yeah, this is definitely not a good thing you're seeing happening right now at this point in time. Let me go over here very fast. But that's the gist. I'm not going to go over the whole spiel again. We know why everything's bearish. We've talked about this for multiple days in a row here. We knew this was coming. Um, but let me go back over here to YouTube. Maybe this one's still the best one to do. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, and we also broke down below the GAN fan lines as well. We talked about how we were just kind of holding there for a little bit. Yeah, we finally went kaput for those. Let me see if I can find it on the 15. There you go. See, we tapped on the GAN fan lines, held, or bounced, excuse me, and then finally got tanked down below. And you can see how much volume it took to break down below the GAN fan lines here. It was a considerable amount. Now, not capitulation amount, but still a very good size amount of Bitcoin was just sold off here and shorted into the market. So they're moving aggressively here. And what do we have right here? Let me see if I can put this on the. Well, we're back into no man's land here, so it's going to be hard for me to find a good support level that you guys may actually see on the chart. We had this support level, that's really gone. The next one we really have here is way down here at $33,000, and that's what we were talking about yesterday. Since we broke down below 35, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, guys. Hold on for dear life. But again, we all have a plan for this. If you guys don't have a plan, I put out a video a few days ago, a plan to beat capitulation or something like that. You guys should take a look at that one. That kind of goes more in depth about why we're falling, some of the technicals I'm using to know that we're falling. And then from there, 2 strategies you guys can use to buy crypto for the long term or the short term for some really nice profits. Let me go over here though. Bitcoin on the 5. And then we also have Luna here. We just talked about that one. That one's down about 6. Yeah, Luna just keeps on falling. This is Luna's 1 hour chart. You know, it's definitely just had a really rough few days here. Ever since this first tank right there, boom. Tapped on the Fibonacci line perfectly. Fell down. This Fibonacci line bounced. And then ultimately coming down pretty hard here. Let me see. Looks like it's cooled off here a little bit more. That's kind of good to see. Yeah, but be careful with Luna. It's definitely having a rough time here. Okay. It's the weekend. It's also Mother's Day. Let's keep it casual, no formal stuff. That's why I'm not going to go deeper into all this stuff. If you have a question about capitulation or something, a technical indicator that I'm using right now or anything like that, feel free to ask. If you have opinions on any specific coins or if you have a question about any specific coins, let me know. I'd be happy to read them off, okay? I'll be perfect because my mama buy Obama Tesla after the next bull run. Exactly, right? New millionaires you made. Hey, Lopez, exactly right. This is the time where people are too afraid to buy. I bought some more today. Well, I'm going to buy some more today. I haven't bought any more today yet, but I'm going to buy some more today. Again, going off of that theory that we are. Let me just actually have a weekly chart open up for us. Can I go to new low chart layout? Let's just go to unnamed, I guess. I'm going to put this to 1. Get the volume there. Put log on, auto on. There you go. I'm going to set up this chart very fast for you guys so I can just have this kind of on standby. I'm tired of having to switch between all those different charts here. Actually, better I do it on the daily chart just so it looks a little bit more accurate if you ask me. There we go. There we go. We don't need that down one yet. There we go on that one. I mean, that thing only held us for a day. It wasn't even that strong. Now let's go over to the weeklies. And I just want to add MA 1, 2, 3, 4. I think is what we need today. Let's go with the green, thick, input 20, chart 50, chart, style, baby blue, long. Okay. Yellow, thick, 200. Okay. And then over here we got 100, style. I think we were using hot pink for this one in particular. There we go. And, oh man, this isn't even the right chart. Okay, well, the indicator should pass over, I think. Yeah, okay, good. Okay. That should be about it. Oh, but now I need to add, oh, geez, yeah, okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. The charts do matter, even though there's subtle differences to them. One just has a lot more of a time frame in here. Let's go back over here. And right over here. Yeah, from a trend line perspective, this is what you guys are looking at right here. But yeah, what a bad week, guys. What a bad week. Let's put this on the weekly here. All right. And if you guys have any questions about capitulation or anything like that, let me know. But again, from a weekly standpoint, you can see each time we capitulated over the past few years. Oops. Met the magnet off. Huge red candle. Huge red candle after the death cross. Huge red candle after, well, not a death cross here, but just a flat out capitulation because we rose so high so fast off of COVID relief. And then right here, of course, put this over here. There we go. That big O, you know, big O question mark right there. That's what we're really looking for. We're waiting for that capitulation. But so far, we have 6 hours left, and that's the volume we've accumulated. Maybe next week we can capitulate, something like that. But remember, these capitulation lines are pretty high up here, okay? So we haven't capitulated yet. We could be getting closer and closer and closer, especially as we're getting closer and closer to this 200 weekly moving average. But we're not there yet, okay? Especially if you guys look at capitulation, the 200 weekly moving average right now is at 21,723. This next week, it's probably going to go up towards 22,256 or something like that. A little bit higher, not by much, is my main point. So we still have some time to be falling down. But I think what you're going to see now is more bulls accepting the bearish outlook for Bitcoin. I think they've been really lying to themselves over the past few weeks and kind of lying to their followers, saying that we're in a really, really bullish market still, when every indicator that personally I saw says no, that's not the case. And so I think you're going to see a sentiment change here. If I can find one. Here, crypto over, there we go. This is the ultimate bull. Does look ready for a strong bounce, looking for the 1 week RSI. So now he's already saying strong bounce. I think this guy actually just has a bunch of bots liking his stuff. I don't know. At least a relief rally is likely expected here. He doesn't even have the log charts on properly. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think this guy's actually making stuff up to his followers. If he can't understand that we're in a bear market, it's okay to, like, plan everything out. But geez, let me go back over here to Bitcoin so we can look at on a 1 hour chart or something like that. There we go. Yeah, we tried to hold Fibonacci levels, Gann levels, and we failed to break down below all of them. There we go. Oh, hey Kevin. I haven't been paying too much attention lately, but got the general sense that a recession is incoming. What are your thoughts? Yeah, it looks like one is. The Federal Reserve is kind of being a baby about how they do their rate hikes. We did the 0.5 rate hike last week, but what they did is they took the 0.75 rate hike off the table. The the Fed is stuck between a rock and a hard place. They have to choose between two evils because they put themselves in this situation by ignoring the inflationary signs in the first place. Part of that has to do with the politics of the Fed. They're trying to make Biden look good right now. They probably tried to make Trump look good back in the last administration, although we didn't really have the same problem, so there was no need to make the administration look good. But the Fed doesn't really have a good idea on what to do. They have a plan, and it's not really a good plan. Like I told you, it's rock and a hard place, lesser of two evils. Most likely, we will head into a recession. It won't be the traditional recession. I don't think it's going to be a 2008 recession type of thing, unless they really mess it up like big time. I think what we're most likely going to see is, remember, recession doesn't really have anything to do with employees being fired or let go. Inflation is up 2 quarterly drops in GDP. We've already had one. So technically, we could be in a recession right now and we don't even know about it. But the jobs numbers are still good. Okay. The problem is that once growth slows down so much, there's going to have to be layoffs, and then unemployment's going to start to rise, and all the other stuff is going to happen. That's where things get really bad. And something else as well here is the Federal Reserve is trying to slow demand by stopping people from buying so much stuff. It doesn't really work too well because a lot of the inflation that we're dealing with is like baby formula. There's a baby formula supply shortage. There's a bread supply shortage right now as well. We're about to go into a famine because of 40% of all the wheat in the world is coming from Ukraine, no longer because of the war. Just a lot of food is going to have problems there. Rent keeps on going up. There's less houses on the market because the Federal Reserve keeps on pumping up the housing market prices so people can afford the houses, and a bunch of stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff right there. Well, some of it, not the housing stuff, has a lot to do with supply chain issues. If they're not fixing the supply chain issues and they're just kind of doing like the top level stuff, it's not going to make a big difference, and it's going to continue hurting average Americans, which means they're going to be able to spend less and less stuff. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck and your gas prices just shot up 100%, I mean, what are you going to do? There's like so much stuff you can't buy. It's going to hurt the economy down the road, and that's why you saw the stock market having a tough tumble because, we've known for a while inflation hurts the poorest people first. Then the higher the inflation, the more it hurts. So poverty, like the welfare people. Above that, people that are maybe got out of welfare, but they're earning paycheck to paycheck and they don't even have a savings account. Then you have the next level of that where they have a job but they just barely have a savings account. And then you go up that how much money people make basically. We're getting up to that level where it's actually now the middle class, the one that everybody seems to care about. In politics, the middle class, they're getting hit hard by this, and those are the people that buy a lot of different stuff here. So, we're in a bad situation, right? But for some reason, people did not seem to understand that inflation was going to affect the way people buy goods, or they were just waiting to figure out what was going to be affected. But it's just not good, right? People tend to ignore these very simple facts. Maybe because I grew up poor, it's obvious to me. But doesn't it make sense that if you have $100,000 and your gas bill goes from like $200 to $400, you might be able to absorb that payment pretty easily, right? But if you're making like $1,000 a month and your gas bill goes from $200 to $400, that's gonna be really bad, right? And there are people only making $1,000 a month in this country, right? Now, a lot of people might be like, especially here in Washington State, maybe a lot of people are making the minimum wage of like $10 an hour or $12 an hour, whatever that is. So 12 times 160. Let me see if I can figure that out. 12 times 160. No, it's like $2,000. Okay, $2,000. Still, if your gas bill goes up from like $200 to $400, now almost a quarter of your income, and that's not even including the taxes and the healthcare and stuff. Quarter of your income just goes straight to gas, just like that. When it used to only be an eighth of your income, what do you have to cut out, right? And that's kind of one reason that we're in this situation. The other one is just flat out. Remember, the technicals just look absolutely horrible right now, and we've known this for a while. And hey, Babyfish, welcome back to the Ruby Love, my man. I appreciate it. Hey, Kevin, that we talked about that one. Hey, Mr. Kelly, happy to see you back. Do you think the DXY will continue to increase? Yes. We talked about this, I believe, last week over the past couple weeks. I normally don't even talk about the dollar index too because I don't really think it's relevant to a lot of what we look at Bitcoin. I know it correlates, right? But I've just never really cared about it as far as talking to you guys about it. I saw that a couple other large YouTubers like Ben, I forget his name, Ben, whatever his name is, nice guy. He started to talk about it and how it messes with the historical data and stuff like that. But I normally use the DXY when it comes to the stock market for me. But yeah, it's most likely going to blast through. We're waiting for it to resume trading here pretty soon. If I can actually just open up this one. And let's go to 2. There we go. Weekly. We keep on blasting through the tops here, so it's not like we haven't broken through resistance. The first... Where did that... Oh, that line kind of jumped all over the place. The resistance level we were watching before was right here, okay? We didn't hit it in 2020. Look at that. We're already above it. We've already come above it for 2 weeks in a row. Let's go to the 15. Now, we're not staying above it for long, but guess what? We're creeping up above it, and it keeps on going higher and higher and higher. Later on today, when the markets open, like the futures markets and everything like that, you should see this you will see this start going up again, I believe. And then from there, we're going to be hoping that it can get back above 104. And then from there, it's probably shoot up to like maybe 110 or something like that over the next few months if things don't get better. If things can get better pretty fast, then maybe we only get up to like 106, maybe 107, right? And that's still a long way. I want to let you guys know that, right? So 105 is right here. That's, looking at the chart, it's a pretty big move, but look at what we've done over the past few months. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible, right? Um, but yeah, I think we are going to move up higher. And here, a lot of YouTubers have only been showing people this chart as far as like the bullish move of what could happen. So like, oh man, we're at the top. Every time we're here, we come back down. Oh, we came back down. Oh, we came back down. Oh, we're definitely going to come back down, right? Well, if you open up the monthly chart, you can get more historical context in with this. This is why I've never been using it, because look at that. We've been above this plenty in the history of America. We've been above this plenty, okay? Now this is a good this is a good resistance line, but we have been above this many times, and I think people are not being dishonest, but they're not showing the entire truth when they keep on showing only this portion of the chart. That makes it seem like it just can't get above this line. It can get above this line. In fact, it already has gotten above this line for the past 2 weeks in a row. Okay. I wish I had better news for you, but I feel like if I'm honest with you guys as far as how bearish I am, how bearish I've been over the past few months, you guys will kind of get the gist of what my thought process is. You don't have to trade exactly how I'm trading. You don't have to buy exactly how I'm buying. But I want you guys to have a plan in place, and I want you guys to understand that as things fall down, if you guys have a plan, the red, the down days on your portfolios, they don't matter as much because it's all going according to plan. If everything's going according to plan, no matter how bad look at the Joker, how bad that plan may be, you guys are going to be fine. But if you guys didn't foresee this coming, of course you guys are going to be freaking out, right? But that's why, I don't know, let me see. Well, actually, I want to go there. But that's why I've been telling you guys I've been bearish about Bitcoin all the way back over here in February, once we started getting that pattern, those patterns intact, right? And then boom, we had a fake out there. Cool. Then we had another fake out before we broke down. And then, Death Cross, we all know the history. If you guys are new to the channel, in part, this is why I've been so bearish for a while. Ask many of the people that have been here for a while. We have a Death Cross here, leads to a big drop. Death Cross here leads to a big drop. Death Cross here leads to a big drop. This is on the weekly chart if you guys want to see it too, 20 and the 50. Death Cross here, big drop. Okay? Now, historically, as well, if you go to the monthly charts, forget all those little scraggly lines at the bottom. You see this green line right here? That's the 20-week moving, the 20-month moving average. When we break down below this, we tend to have bad times. Hey, we broke down below in 2020. A little bit of a different breakdown just because it was COVID. It was like a V-shaped recovery. Below that, we broke up over here in 2018. Bad times. Well, we broke down below the 20-month moving average all the way here in 2014. Bad times, right? And so, depending on what plan you guys are going to use, whether you're buying every day, now that we're down below the 100 weekly moving average, that's what I'm doing, as well as having some money saved up. I'm doing a hybrid model, I guess you would say. But, I'm looking to buy the bulk of mine if we run into the 200 week moving average, excuse me. This yellow line right here, we hit it right here, 2014, hit it in 2018, hit it in 2020. I think we have a good opportunity of hitting it in 2022. And during that opportunity here, I will be happy to buy a big bulk amount of crypto. That includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, other altcoins out there, even the low market cap altcoins. I'll be very, very happy to buy them up down the road. But again, we've just started. This is the 100 weekly moving average. We've just started the breakdown here. Again, COVID lasted pretty fast, so we were only down below this for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Over here, we were below it for 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me just count this like this. We were below it for 25 weeks. Okay, that's 175 days. Nobody knows how fast this drop is going to be, but if people start to get liquidated, you should see this move really start to accelerate, and that'll make all of us feel a lot better. A lot of us just want to get the Band-Aid. Well, it depends. I want to get the Band-Aid ripped off because I have a lot of capital on standby right now just to buy at the levels that I want to buy it. Like the $30,000 level, the $28,000 level, the 27, 26, 25, and a big bulk buy wherever that 200 weekly moving averages, plus the buying of crypto every single day. I have my money on the side. I have my money ready. If you guys have a job and maybe only have a few $100 to invest in crypto and you guys want more money to invest in crypto, so it's going to take time for you to save up that money, right? Maybe you want this to be a little bit slower so you can buy a little bit of crypto every single day. That way, by the time, if you, here's an example. Let's say you buy, that's like an average price below the 100. If you get your average down here, rocket ship 900%. You get average somewhere down here, not at the bottom, just somewhere in the middle. Average about 209%. Over here, oops, I messed up something I shouldn't have. That's fine. You buy somewhere down here, 4,000%. So that's what you're going to be hoping for, as well as, that's with Bitcoin. Imagine what Ethereum is going to do. Imagine what the altcoins are going to do. Altcoins are going to skyrocket, but before the altcoins can start skyrocket, they are going to get hit hard. Because nothing is safe during a Bitcoin capitulation. I think that's the thing I'm trying to let you guys know. From high to low, 2014, we fell down 87%. Okay. High to low in 2018, we fell down 85%. High to low in 2019, caused by the COVID drop, if you will, 72%. Right now, we've fallen down only about 50%. Only about 50%, maybe I can't even pronounce it. Yeah, 50, 51, 52%. Okay, if we get down to the 200 weekly moving average, that's going to be about that 70% that we average normally come down to. But that's at about $21,000. I don't know if we're going to get down that low, but I'm just going to be watching the charts here very closely because once stuff starts to get really bad, we seem to have a bad time. Another way to look at this: how far do we come down below the 100 weekly moving average on average? On average, yeah. 46%, 2020. 46%, 2018. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. And let's go from the main time we dropped. 52%, 54% here. Or if we go down to the next drop, 56%, okay? If we're going to go down another 40% from this point, at least. Oh, that also kind of goes up with the 200, I guess. So, yeah, maybe, I hope we really don't go down to 21,000. But, yeah, it'll be a good buying opportunity for everybody anywhere. But, yeah. And then from a GAN fan perspective, guys, maybe I should show you guys the GAN fans as well. We don't look at them too... Well, yeah, we looked at them yesterday a couple times, didn't we? Okay. Let's start one by one here. So, we're heading closer to this GAN fan level here. Normally, we bounce off of this. We don't want to close down below it. This was a good buying opportunity back over here in January and, mid-January, you will. Had a couple weeks to buy. Right, same thing over here in February. We didn't close above it. That was good. Good buying opportunity. Whether you bought it here, here, or here, you had a good buying opportunity. Right now, we're heading for this support. I think we really don't want to break down below this one, guys. This is the one where I fear, like, if we start coming down below it, things get really bad, and then the next level of support for this one is at $22,000, $23,000, okay? Maybe in a few weeks from now, maybe if we go into June, maybe it goes up to $23,700, but that's not really that good as well, okay? But you can see we've worked down below it a few times, but we've never closed. And when you have GAN fans, I just feel like I need to say this because a lot of people don't use GAN fans. When you have a GAN fan, we're only using it from the all-time high onward. So any of the things that you see right here, like resistance, it does not mean a thing. It does not mean a thing. It's a little bit similar just because this high is close to this high, so things are a little bit tweaked. But you're only going to be using these lines as support levels from after the all-time high, okay? So none of this matters as far as, we only came down to this 2-to-1 GAN fan line. It won't matter for us, okay? Although when we broke down below this GAN fan line, all hell broke loose, as you can see. Over here to the next set. We all know we broke down below this one. This was a little bit of a warning sign I gave you guys a couple weeks ago. Broke down, and of course, now we're coming down hard here. This was a pretty good level of support for us. Support, broke down, it kind of got choppy here for a little bit. We kept on trying to get above this, and it looks like it was just kind of too much for us to do. Finally did, got above that 20-week moving average, and then we ultimately took that little bit of a dip that we're looking at now. And then the two other ones I want you guys to look at, this is the one you guys probably saw today. We were trying to hold a Fibonacci level, and the GAN fan line, not looking good. The 2-to-1 here now that we're looking at this one, maybe we can try to hold it right here at $32,743, kind of around that $33,000 level we were talking about. My only concern about this one is this one has not been the most reliable. It was good here. It was good here. It gave us a flashing red sign here, which kind of worked out. Support there. But this, so far, it kind of got choppy. Same with the other one. It's a little bit choppier than I would like it to be. So maybe not as reliable, but this one was reliable, and we're officially about to close down below this one, which is not really a good sign as well here. I'm just hoping that later on this week, if the stock market returns, maybe we'll cool off on this drop just a little bit, but it's going to really rely on the NASDAQ having a good week here, okay? That's really what's going to have to happen, unfortunately. All right, and then the last GAN fan level here. Sorry, guys, I have so much information, but when I put it on one chart, it just looks like a complete mess, so I try to split it up a little bit. And you can see right now, this GAN fan level that we've been looking at, this is, these are the ones since the new year, so from January crash, if you will, to now. And you can see they've actually been pretty nice. we've been using these since March 28th. It looks like support, support, resistance, support, broke down, and look at that. We're tapping on it right now, or we tapped on it a few minutes ago, and we're kind of bouncing off it a little bit here. So we'll see what goes down forward, but it looks like this one's working out for us at this moment in time. And if you guys want to know how to do gain fan tutorials, I have a tutorial for it as well, and I teach you the few nuances of how to place them. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this, and I'm like, I have a video for it. YouTube just doesn't notify anybody that I put out videos anymore for some strange reason. YouTube's been a bastard to me lately. So you guys remember how they had a glitch and they turned off my ability to make money on YouTube. Well, you guys know that only lasted for about like 20 days or something like that. Now they're trying to claim that I don't get any of my money for the last 3 months off of YouTube, or 2 months, excuse me, because my account was off. My ability to make money was turned off for 50 days, and I showed them proof that it was just like 20 days. And now they're trying to figure out, oh, what happened? Or this must have been a mistake. So I'm getting ticked off at YouTube. What do you call it? It should be better. They're gonna fix it. I know they will. I have a couple contacts I can deal with again, but I'm not gonna talk to them on Mother's Day. I'll let them spend the time with their families, right? Or they probably ignore me since it is Mother's Day, right? Rightfully so. Okay. And then one last thing here, guys, before we go off to your questions again, is let's look at the I guess that's tutorials for channel here. Let's go off for the Fibonacci's moving averages, okay? Not much has really changed off of yesterday since we've been streaming so much here, but the moving averages here on the simple moving averages, they're fine. We're broke down below the 100. We all know this was bad. Death cross, fine. Nothing really new there. Exponential moving averages, we're not even close to them. We're pretty darn far away from them, okay? Nothing really to talk about there as far as yesterday. If we're going off of maybe the next time we come into contact with this, it might not be for like another 4 or 5 days until we might come into contact with a 20-day moving average again. This is going to take a while to get back down to us, okay? Unless Bitcoin were to have a huge run rocket ship, which I just don't see happening. Maybe a short-term reversal, sure. But nothing, it's going to take a while for us to get back up to that. DEMA, this was actually pretty interesting here. We knew the death cross happened a while ago here on the DEMA weekly chart. But the 20, it's kind of just gliding on right now. This thing's going to come pretty hard. So I think, according to this one, we might have a short-term reversal this week. Or next. No, it's Sunday. It's the new week. Yeah, it's the new week, isn't it? Anything else as far as this one's concerned, though? No, nothing yet. And nothing yet with the TEMA. The TEMA only told us that, hey, everything was clustering together. All the moving averages were clustering together. That means a big move is coming one way or the other. And there's the big move, right? Cluster, big move. Cluster, big move, even though we already had a smaller move right there. Cluster, move coming. Oh, that went up. Cluster, thought the big move might be coming down, but nope, came right back up. Cluster, big move down, okay? Clusters. As much as we want to talk about that. Okay, but there you go. Let me see what you guys have to say here. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it a lot. YouTube does not promote my content to anybody. Like, I swear. And hey, Michael, welcome back to the Ruby level as well, my man. Where are we at right here? Hey, Lopez, I'm concerned about the housing market crashing and everyone liquidating crypto to pay the loans. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think for now, since the job market is fine, people are going to have the ability to pay off their bills. The people who are getting hurt most by inflation are those kind of more poor, maybe under $50,000 a year type of income. In a blue state where everything's just more expensive. In a red state, you could live off of a lot less, I guess, just because of the cost of living is a lot lower, depending on the city and the businesses and all the taxes and stuff like that. They have the different types of systems, right? I think where you might start to see problems is cities having to raise taxes to pay for even more homeless people if rents continue to rise. And the purchasing power of the dollar continues to go down within America itself. The purchasing power of the dollar across the world is actually going up quite a bit right now. But within America itself, it's not looking too good, right? I don't think it's going to happen too much about houses right now. I'm okay with the housing market coming down because that means more people can afford to buy houses. That'd be really nice to see. But right now, there's a problem. So imagine you're a house builder. You want to build a house and you want to sell the house to make good money, okay? Well, you have the wood, you have everything like that. Maybe the wood's a little bit more expensive than you want it to be, but it's not as bad as it was a few months ago. You find the labor, but you got to pay a little bit more for the labor right now because it's hard to find labor, right? You get everything done and like everything within your control. You've been able to do it. You built the house. Everything's good. But what happens next? Now you got to put some appliances in the house. You got to put an oven, a bathtub, all types of random crap like that. Water heater. Well, those are shortage because of supply chain issues with those things. So right now it's hard to get a nice oven. For if you want to like buy them, for the housing markets and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff where supply chain issues are hurting home builders, which means if I'm a home builder, I'll just wait till this is over and then I'll start building houses again. But again, it's just the time we're living in right now, and it's going to be worse for those people who don't own homes. But if we have a full-on recession that's not just about GDP but people losing their jobs, that's where the housing market may get messed up a little bit. Yeah, that is definitely for sure there. Hey, Michael. Doesn't the market sometimes Bitcoin go up out of nowhere unexpectedly when everyone's thinking it's going to go down? Not when we're having clear breakdowns. Not when we're having clear breakdowns, but when we're kind of choppy, yes, and that has a lot to do with moving averages in particular. When we go up and down and when we break above or below a moving average, we tend to have big moves in the Bitcoin market. If I go back over here to this Bitcoin chart, is this probably the right one? No, it's the GAN fans. This one, okay. I can delete all this stuff on this particular chart because this is the chart that's I made this specifically for this. Okay. So imagine there's no trend lines, nothing. Let's see the few big moves that Bitcoin's been having over the past few months, kind of since the new year. Look at this. We broke above the 20-day moving average. We broke above the 50. We broke below the 20 and the 50. We broke above the 20 and the 50. We broke down below the 2050 and on and on and on. And this is the 100. It's not nearly, this is a weekly thing, not a daily one. We didn't break above the 200. We broke below the 20. We broke below the 50. We tried to get above the 20 and see that how long that candle would have been. We broke above the 20 here, even though it was a trap. We talked about the bear trap here. It's going to be bull trap. Either way, we broke down below the 20 as well. A lot of those moves have to do with the moving averages and how people approach them. You can even see going back over here, we broke down below the 200. Big move. We broke out above it. Minor, smaller, not as big. This one actually wasn't as big. It's bigger there, bigger there, bigger there as we got above those moving averages. What was this at? This is US dollar. Yeah. Broke down there, broke down there, broke down there, got back above. It's a small move there, not that big. Big move there. But see, the majority of the time, when we're breaking down below those moving averages, they're usually not really a good time, right? They usually have, well, depending on which way you're looking at it, usually going to be seeing some big moves. But the one thing that could help Bitcoin out right now, if you guys want to buy in this situation, which I'm still buying, but I'm buying for long term, right? If you guys are looking for a reason to buy, you guys are going to be hoping that, excuse me, what's the best way to do this? No, we can actually, here, let me take off the weekly chart here, weekly moving average. Let's go there. Watch list. You're going to be hoping things like the NASDAQ this week can hold these support levels over here. If the NASDAQ can hold, let me see if I can actually add a Fibonacci level on top of some of these right here. That's not good for that one, but let me add another one on here. Still nothing. Wow. Yeah. Fibonacci's don't really suggest. Oh, no, there's a little bit right there. We tapped on it just a little bit. But basically, we don't need the Fibonacci levels if they're not going to give us any accurate future bounces. But yeah, if we can hold either here this week and have a short-term reversal, that'll give Bitcoin a little bit of a breathing room. Unfortunately, we're still going to eventually head back down just because of the way the market's conditioned right now and everybody's freaking out. But you're going to be hoping for that short-term bounce and then continue going down. So it might be like a bear market rally. And the problem, well, there is a problem with bear market rallies, but it's not for like us that kind of look at the markets every day. What a bear market rally does to most newer investors is it makes them feel like this is really the bottom of the whole thing. Like, wow, this is really the bottom. From here, we're going to the moon. that type of mindset. Mostly because when you guys go online and you look at Twitter and stuff like that, you'll see people showing charts like that. So people like think it's actually possible just because some Twitter guy has like 200,000 followers, right? When in reality, all it's doing is it's allowing the people that bought up here or over here or even down here an opportunity to sell their assets off for a little bit of a profit or for a little less of a loss. And then once they're able to sell, all that pressure from institutions, it drives the price right back down. And shorts hop on that train as well. Okay. So, but it grinds on you mentally, and there's no, I mean, like, even it grinds on me, right? Um, when we had our last mini rally here for the NASDAQ and the Dow and everything, which was this one right here, I was ticked off because we weren't even following technicals at that point because we clearly had a breakdown. It didn't matter. We had a breakdown below this one, this level right here, and I was like, okay, oh, where was that breakdown at? Oh, maybe it wasn't even a breakdown here. Whatever. But there were some technicals that said we were supposed to go down more, but it didn't work out for us. And because of that, we ended up having this little bit of a rally. But when people were talking about should I buy, should I buy, should I buy, I was like, no, no, no. Unless you're going to be doing a short-term trade, no, just because we're going to be coming back down. And, you know, of course we came back down and everybody was pretty upset about it because a lot of people didn't take my advice and bought, which is fine. But you could, I mean, there was definitely money to be made in this rally. But I want to stress that, like, earnings season came around and that's where everything went to shit, right? Okay. Bitcoin, I guess, back over here for now, and I'll go back to the main chart here. There we go. All right. Oh, and Bitcoin's getting pushed down a little bit more. We have a system of higher lows here, no matter how small it is right now. What we'd be looking at is something like this to hold. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We're not holding that no more. No, it doesn't mean it's dead, but yeah, it doesn't bode well, I guess you would say, right? But again, this is the Bitcoin 1 hour chart. You can definitely see how bad things are pretty looking right now. And somebody's, what's this guy doing? Somebody just tried to make a big old short. Huh. Somebody's trying to push us down. Whether or not we come down, that remains to be seen. Maybe 15 right here. Still coming down. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, you guys can still see that. Okay. Hey, Michael. Mike is like the Neo in the Matrix. He can look at a million lines on his chart and know what it all means. I have never been able to understand how people read the Matrix and the Matrix movies. Not at all. Uh, but well, when you guys get to full time traders, there's a whole bunch of imaginary lines you guys are looking at as well, right? So like here, when I show you guys this line right here, like from there to there, right? That watching that breakdown, and here to here as far as resistance levels. Well, in my mind, I'm also looking at a whole bunch of lines and just in my head, right? I'm looking at this line for the future. I'm like, okay, and then I just kind of disregard it because it's so far away. I look at this line to this line right here in my brain. Like, okay, we're further away. This might be a good opportunity for a good size reversal down the road. But then I'm also looking at support lines like this. All these other lines are just in my head. I don't like to put them on my chart because they're just a freaking mess to deal with. The lines that I normally have on my chart are the lines that I can't understand or I can't like. I don't know how to put them on in my head, if that makes sense. And those are usually going to be the ones like Fibonacci levels, Ganfan levels, stuff like that. So if I go over here to my main Bitcoin chart very fast, and yeah, we can just pull this out. And let's look on the weekly chart, right? All this crap on the screen is usually stuff that I can't see. And there's trend lines in there just because of this is the part of the 24-hour stream that the channel has. But again, you know, there's just a bunch of Ganfan levels in here. There's some Fibonacci levels in here as well. There was a Fibonacci extension level in here, I believe, as well. But I think I took that one down. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here that my brain can't do. But I can understand what I'm seeing right now, even though it can be a complete mess. Although, why is this? Oh, it is right. Okay. No, it's not right. One of these lines is off a little bit, but that's fine. It's not. It's not affecting the data. It's just the actual trend lines that are off a little bit, or the angle line. Excuse me. Look at that. See the Ganfan level right there? Right there. It works. And you can see right here on this particular chart, I know it's kind of hidden off of the way I have it right now, but where it's right down there is the level that we're trying to stay above. We don't want to break down below this level too. That would not be good. That's probably why he's trying to see that short right now. This is a different Ganfriend level than this one. That's the weird thing. You can have a whole bunch of Ganfriend levels on your charts, and you can see the one that was really having causing us trouble at this point in time was not this 2-to-1 Ganfriend line. It was this one right here, the 8-to-1 I think it is. Yeah, 8-to-1 right there. So each each chart uses different Ganfriend levels differently. So for this one, what I might actually do is I might come over here saying that this one didn't really have too much of an effect, or maybe it does. I'd have to actually look to see how it would react at the resistance point. But sometimes when it's not working as well as I want it to, you can literally just turn it off like that. I'm like, okay, well, this is the one that matters on this chart, so I could take off the other line so it's not really blurring any of my visions, if so to speak. But I'll keep it on there now just in case I can see some type of reversal. Maybe then I can see if it's actually a resistance level or if it really doesn't matter and I can just take it off. So you guys will do that down the road, though. It takes a little bit of time, obviously, to kind of see what Ganfriend lines work and which Ganfriend lines don't work. But these are two different lines, I guess is one thing I would want to tell you guys. Alrighty. Hey, Michael, I install appliances, and that's so true right now. That's what I've been hearing. So it's just a wild time in the market. Uh, I'm not going to get too political here, but I think the media has an incentive to try to help out the Biden administration by telling things like making it seem like things aren't as bad. I guess it would be right, and that's mostly because of their fear of democracy, the thing they keep on saying. And so I think it kind of goes along with that. But guys, it's not as good as the government and the media are saying right now. I don't know what Fox News is saying. They're probably saying it's a lot worse than it is maybe. But things are not that good. And I want to stress that as far as an economic standpoint, Wall Street wants you to make you believe it's good, so you guys will be buying and buying and buying. But it's not good. The economy as a whole is not healthy at this point in time. Last year or a few months ago, it might have been considered like an upset stomach. Right now, we're throwing up the bad stuff. We're trying to throw up, right? That's what the rate hikes are all for and everything like that. We're just not in a good spot, but that's okay. This bad spot that the world is in and the economy is in, because it's not just America, it's the whole freaking world on a tear here. What this allows us to do is it allows us to get really good buying opportunities for crypto in the long term. Okay, really, really good buying opportunities, and that's going to be fantastic, right? You just got to wait and hold after you buy, and that really depends on what strategy you're going forward with down the road here. Okay. See, hey Bideford, the housing issues are due to people that took the money that never paid off their mortgages. Now they're supposed to start repaying, but instead they're just walking away. Yeah, in part like that as well. But you got see, that's why I'm moving out of the country pretty soon, or in a year or so. I don't want to deal with all these problems that keep on popping up here. I'm happy to live in Nicaragua, have my servants attend to me, or I don't know, housekeeper attend to me, whatever you want to call it, and I'll be just happy with that one right there. Okay, but yeah, the economy is not good. That's the main point, right? And hey, Flying Carpet, just bought a hair clipper to save money. You got to have the conviction, dude. Cutting your hair these days is expensive. Cutting your hair these days is expensive. The cost of my haircut, I don't remember less, with a $10 tip. My haircut usually ranges between 75 to $80 every 2 weeks. So I totally get that haircuts are expensive. Luckily, trading pays for all that, right? But yeah, it's it can definitely be a different experience for sure. Funny enough, when I was a kid, when I had no money, my family had no money. We cut all of our hairs in the yard on a big plastic trash bag, right? Once we got some money, we went to the beauty school so we could be test subjects for the beauty school, and that only cost about $5 for a haircut. And then when I got a little bit older, I started paying like $10. And then all of a sudden, once I became a full time investor, all of a sudden it shot up to like $80 for a haircut. But it's also like it's like a shave trim, it's a beard trim, it's a they do the shaving all over the place. They do the shampoo and stuff like that. It's in a downtown location, so it's more expensive, obviously. So, but yeah, it's kind of crazy to see over the years how your haircut goes from like, let's do it in the front yard because we don't have money or we're trying to save money, to, oh my gosh, now we're paying over about like $80 every 2 weeks for a haircut. It's crazy times. It's some crazy times here. All right, and there we go. Let me see. All right. And I see a lot of you guys have been answering the poll question. If you guys don't have a plan, when you get a chance, watch this video. Again, YouTube does not promote my content anywhere. People tend to enjoy it once they watch it, but nobody watches it, so that's okay. Nobody gets notified to watch it. Where's that? Where's that? What you should know about Bitcoin capitulation. There it is. Some random guy on the screen pointing at you. 400 people, one view an hour. But basically, watch this video and it gives you a couple ideas of how you want to play this capitulation time frame that we're looking at, and you guys will have a pretty good understanding if you want to buy over time or buy in bulk. Each have their own benefits, or you can do what I'm doing, which is more of a hybrid version of those methods. But again, that's up to you guys. Now that we're having a little bit of a move, maybe we can see if we're going to hit this as a level of reversal here. Oh, somebody's trying to log in here now. Yeah, there's a bit of a whale battle going on at this moment in time. But we've broken the higher lows here, guys. So we're even the most bullish people still have to admit we're in a bearish situation. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can see. You can always see the little pieces beforehand before somebody tries to pump us up a little bit. There's the pump up. Trying to see if we can stay above it now. But yeah, Bitcoin's doing okay now. That's nice to see. Still having some issues above this resistance level here, but it's trying. There we go. A nice little reversal. Now instead of being down $1,400, now we're only down $1,200, right? It looks like this one isn't really too much of a thing, so I'm actually going to delete this Ganfan level here. 2 to 1, yeah. And we managed to get back above this one as well. Yeah, somebody's longing at this moment in time. It's probably Luna. Luna doesn't want to get Luna doesn't want to be forced to sell their Bitcoin as well here. Let's see. Go back to the 5-minute chart now. Hey, Bitcoin just had a nice little boost though. That was nice to see. Again, we're still very, very bearish, but it's nice to see some type of little reversal here bit by bit. All right, there we go. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I feel always very awkward when the chat room goes silent. I feel like I'm a teacher in front of a classroom, and as much as I like to educate you guys, I don't like being a teacher. Let's see. I do got Bob Ross on in the background though today. Bob Ross, they just put it on the LG free channels, and so now I just watch Bob Ross while I'm working, and it's pretty nice. He's making some really chill stuff. What's he making right now? Oh, a mountaintop surrounded by clouds. I have no idea how that guy does it, but he's a freaking genius. All right. Let me actually refresh something here on my part. There we go. Okay. Now let's go over here very fast. There's really not much I can think here from this standpoint, is there? We've fallen down too much. 1 hour, 15 minutes. No. No. If we can manage to hold for a little bit longer and have another boost, then we might have an idea of where we might be able to reach back up to if we do have a little bit more of a reversal here. But I think what you're seeing is just yeah, we have a new week here. Um, we have a new weekly candle coming in 5 hours and 35 minutes. And so what they're trying to do, it won't matter. It won't matter. I'll tell you that now. It's not going to matter. But they're probably going to try to get us back above this level of old support over here to make it seem like we didn't close above the higher low. So maybe we have a chance for a reversal. I don't think it's going to work, but I think that's what they're trying to do here. But let's see how it works out. I don't know. Anything else that's interesting over here? Luna's come up a little bit here. Luna's been on a roller coaster though. Excuse me. In the last 5 hours, 6 hours, Luna's up 13% and it's pumping up now. Luna is not for the weak-hearted here. Luna is just getting smashed though. Look at what's happened to Luna in the last few days. Since we hit resistance all the way back up here, we've dropped down about 32%. Now we're only down about 23%. But Luna is just taking a little bit of a breather like it did here and there and so forth, right? But at least right now, Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a surge here. I think we might be able to actually see that pretty soon. Let me. Oh, Doge, Elon, that broke down. We talked about that one as well yesterday, or we talked about this one for the last few days. We talked about watch out for the breakdown. This is a 4-hour chart, broke down. What do you know? Now we're coming down. Same old, same old. ApeCoin is still coming down. Oh, ApeCoin's at support. Ooh. If somebody wanted to buy ApeCoin, this would be the opportunity. You would have a very tight stop loss. You would have a stop loss of about 2%, maybe 3% if you want to give it a little bit more grace room. A 3% stop loss and buying for a little bit of a rally here. That's what you'd be hoping for on ApeCoin. That might be an interesting play right there. And Ethereum is, oh, it broke down below the Fibonacci level? Oh, that was a short-term Fibonacci level. Okay, yeah, tap, tap. Okay, I see that right there. Tap, tap. Okay. Next level for Ethereum is probably going to be around here at $2,400. How's it looking from last year to this year? Yeah, we're breaking down below it right now. If I move this down just a little bit, will it make a difference? Yeah, a little bit. Fib level's off. Did it work? No. Okay. Yeah, it's around its own Fibonacci level right now, Ethereum is, so maybe it's going to try to hold that as well. So maybe that's why everything's kind of slowing down here a little bit. Oh, Sheep's down 3% though, too. Oh, Sheep's breaking down though, yeah. Alright, that's fine. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, Byford, what am I doing with my mom today? I gave her, well, I re-gave her all of the makeup and the serums and stuff I bought at Sephora. It's like I don't know, it's like $300, $400 worth of eye creams, anti-aging creams, and all types of stuff like that she really wanted to, plus a little bit of makeup stuff. So I gave her that. We had breakfast together a few minutes ago. Like, I had no idea Bitcoin was crashing this morning. I did not look at anything with crypto until after I was done hanging out with my mom. Then I said hi to Babyfish, and he was like, he sent me a funny meme of a bear with a gun with a scope. Within the scope was a bull. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're trying to hold still, aren't we? And he's like, no, dude, we're going. And I was like, oh. And so I was like, okay, I'll go live. But I had to wait for after I was done hanging out with my mom. But today, not the normal stuff you would expect. I'm going to help her do her yard later on today. I'm also going to be helping her do some car work today as well. I need to get some coolant in my car because I actually ran out of coolant out of all things. But, and just kind of doing some grindy work for her. I got to connect my battery pack to her car and start it up and see if there's any problems with it. Then we're going to take it to the mechanic later on this week and do all that type of stuff. But, old-fashioned Mother's Day stuff, working, I guess you would say. But that's not for a while. And then, you guys know I don't get along with my grandparents anymore. They just tick me off too much, and I realize it's better for me just to be happy and not have to deal with their bull. And then, instead of just dealing with the bull and not being happy, right? So my grandparents, my mom and sister are going out for dinner tonight. I'm going to make some, I don't know, rice and chicken or something like that. I don't know, maybe. Oh no, I have a bunch of bear in my freezer. Yeah, bear. I know. I'm gonna cook some bear up. And I'm gonna have some bear and rice maybe something like that. But I've been waiting for a reason to cook some of that bear I have in my freezer. I need to make more room. So bear, rice, and maybe some other good food or something like that. Probably some chopped up vegetables I steam in the steamer. So nice little dinner by myself with me and Loki. And right now Loki's passed out in the by the door though. He wants to go play, but he doesn't get to play much today until afternoon when I'm helping my mom with her car. Hey, Dreads. Yo, Michael, why don't you use the volume indicators? I use them. I just don't like looking at them. So, when I'm looking at charts like this and I just have stuff going on, 5-minute chart, sure, hour chart, maybe. But, like, I don't like how the volume usually goes up so high. I never turn it off on TD Ameritrade. But for some reason with TradingView, I feel like they make the volume look so big, and I don't think it has to look so big, so I just don't keep it on there. I usually only have the volume on there when I'm explaining some type of concept to you guys, like when I explain the concept of capitulation and how, then I'll have the volume on, but then I gotta look at everything from a macro view like this. But I don't like looking at a chart like this right now and looking at the volume go through candle bars. I just can't stand it. It irks me in some way that I just can't comprehend. Um, but I use volume a lot when I'm explaining stuff, but not just when we're looking at the movements of the chart movements, if that makes sense. Like over the past few weeks, I've been using volume specifically to tell you guys, like, hey, um, let me see if I can actually do this a little bit better here. Zone this out here, zoom this out. Can you guys see all that? I think you guys can. Yeah, okay. Well, I've been showing you guys, like, hey, lower vol magnet, damn it. Uh, lower capitulate, a lower volume hits the wall, capitulation. Lower volume. Oh wait, no, we didn't have a lower volume there. That was just a huge run up. Lower volume, capitulation. Lower volume, capitulation. Lower volume, capitulation. And right now, lower volume, we're waiting for capitulation. I make the worst. There you go. Question mark, capitulation, right? We're waiting for that volume mark. But besides that, I don't use volume all too much, except for when I'm maybe trading stocks and stuff like that. But for crypto, and stocks specifically on TradingView, I hate the way their volume is situated. Like, I absolutely detest it. I just don't like here, 15-minute chart, auto, zooming in here. I don't like them touching. I really do not like them touching. It doesn't happen as much as you think, but when it does happen, I just don't like it. And I don't know why. I just don't like it. So that's the main reason I don't have volume on the charts all the time. But if you go look at my 24-hour streams, if I can find one of them, the Dogecoin one here, they got the volume on the chart so you guys can see it, right? But you know, I don't use them personally too much. I look at they come into contact. I don't like watching it, but it has nothing to do with the technicals or anything like that. It's just a personal preference of me not liking the way it looks, if that makes sense. What do we got right here as well? ST Max is fine. Maybe go back over here to Luna a little bit. Luna's just having a roller coaster ride that's been fun to watch. Okay. And hey, Michael, when will we see a green weekly candle again? Um, Probably next week. So, I mean, this weekly candle doesn't end in for like the next 5 hours or so, or 6 hours. After that, I mean, this next upcoming week should most likely be green. We're most likely going to have to take a little bit of rest. And I think that the way the week goes is really going to depend on what the CPI data is, the inflation data that comes out Wednesday. If the CPI data comes out and it's good, we'll most likely have a green week. If the CPI data comes out and it's bad, we'll most likely have a red week, right? But even if it's a red week, I don't necessarily think it's going to be an ultimate crash type of red week. Maybe it just ends up being a red week where the following week, then we can have a little bit of a relief rally, then ultimately we come back down, if that makes sense. But Bitcoin's been correlated to the Nasdaq for a little bit longer than we might want to admit here, or we would like it to be, if that makes sense. And because of that, as bearish as Bitcoin is right now, if the Nasdaq goes up this week, Bitcoin has a good chance of going up as well. But it really depends on what happens throughout all 5 days, and then at the end of those 5 days, what happens on Saturday and Sunday. Remember, this whole week we were kind of okay until the weekends came when the markets were closed. Then all of a sudden, boom, nastiness. Maybe I can pull it up side by side here. Dollar index right here. Let's get the volume off of this one. Then let's go over here to watch list, and let's go over here to what's the best one? Probably do. Let's just go to Nasdaq, I guess. That's the monthly chart. So this is what, May 6th, May 4th, May 22nd, 6th. Okay. Oh, it's not replaying. Oh, it wants to replay here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Sixth. Okay, there we go. So we had one bad day with the Nasdaq going off here, but if you look at side by side without the weekend that we're looking at now, no, pretty same. Kind of going choppy. We had a little bit of a big day. Then the following day we came down a little bit, and then oh, we missed one day here actually. Look at small day here, small day here. This one was just because again we're breaking down below the 20-day moving average. Every time we break above or below moving average, we tend to have a really strong move either direction. Okay, look at pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. But once the weekend started, now here's where all hell broke loose. We can even go over here to look at the. Now we can see here. Look, everything just got worse and worse and worse and worse first now, and you can see where we're at now, right? So bad times. But if the market Monday, remember it holds that support level there as far as the Nasdaq's concerned, or the Dow Jones or the S&P 500, they're all kind of at support levels. If they can manage to hold it in reverse, Bitcoin will do the same thing. But overall, you just got to remember that we're in a bear market for both the stock and crypto markets, which means any relief rally that we see will ultimately be forced to come back down. And that's going to be the thing you have to worry about. But if you buy right now and sell in a little bit of a rally, you can make a little bit of money. You just got to be careful about how greedy you are because eventually it will come back down. Same thing happened during this relief rally. Remember, uh, we took us as a channel took SPY puts for this breakdown right here because let me see if I can find the old YouTube video. It was a while ago now because it was right when the Ukraine war was happening or starting. Um, yeah, 3 months ago now, making profits from the Russia conflict, and there we go. We were talking about selling, buying puts right here, and then closing the puts off right around here, and being careful with this move, right, so to speak. Let's see. I forgot what I was going with that. Sorry, guys. Totally blanked my mind as I was looking for something. Oh, it happened right here. Okay. Basically, the point was after we broke down below there, things were going to get really messy. We bought some puts. We got like 700% profits. I think some of you guys actually did better than me because you went further out of the money. Crazy. But I'm a very conservative trader here. But every time, since we're in this bear market now, the rallies get sold off. The rallies get sold off. Okay, that's the main thing you got to understand. These little bit of relief rallies, they get sold off. So if we have another relief rally that comes back over here, guess what? It's going to get sold off. And the same thing for Bitcoin in that same time frame. Rally, sold off. 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 It's been what we're looking at over the past few months here. It's not good, of course, but it's just something you should understand that there's an opportunity to make money on the rally, but I'm not even buying for the rallies anymore. I'm just buying because my viewpoint is not to make a few bucks here and there. Although I do it sometimes. I've been mostly day trading the markets, but what I've been doing more recently here is you see this pink line that just popped up on the chart. Every day that we're down below this pink line right now, this is not the right pink line. Weak. There you go. Every day we're down below this pink line right here, I'm buying and buying and buying because these are golden load up zones. Look at this. Buy below the pink line. You hold. You got to hold it. That's the thing. Look at that. Great profits afterwards. You hold after we break down below the pink line. Great profits afterwards. Okay. And this is with a bearish Bitcoin sentiment out there. We broke down below it a few times over here, but guess what? If we go to the weekly chart, oops, there we go. See, we didn't have the death cross. What we have now is the death cross and below it, death cross and below it, death cross and below it. So you're looking for different things there, of course. It's not as easy as just buying below the pink line. But if you buy every single day below this pink line, whenever we get back above it, and then whenever we get back up to those good old golden times, you're going to be just fine. Because we're here, not here anymore. We're here. And we've just started. We've just started this move down, right? So we've just started it. This was a COVID drop, so it was definitely more drastic for a 1 week move. But over here in 2018, there we go. Not nearly as drastic. Came down kind of slowly, but buy, and then by the time you get a good chance, you make it some money, right? Same thing. Buy, 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 buy. Afterwards, look at the money, right? So we're in that good buying zone right now. Or what you could do if you want to do it just the other way is when you're buying right now, you want to buy at the 200 weekly moving average. Now, we come down below it all the time. So we went down below it here in 2014. We tapped on it just slightly in 2018, went below it in 2020. Who knows what's going to happen now? But I'm still happy enough to be able to buy around the around the 200 weekly moving average going forward, because again, 200 moving average to rally 363%. Imagine what your altcoins would be. The last one, 1500%. The time after this, 8,000%, 9,000. I don't think we're gonna have another 9,000% type of move off of Bitcoin for a long time. But yeah, so you get my point here. But though, you could do like three main methods. You could buy every single day, which I'm doing. One part. Forget what I just said. I'm doing that. You can buy every single day. You can wait till we hit the 200 weekly moving average, or you could buy every single day while also having a big pot of cash ready for whenever we capitulate, either at the 200 weekly moving average, or like I said before, whenever we hit that big volume capitulation, like where the volume just gets crazy, boom like that, boom like that, right? Or you could wait for that. Either or, both are going to work out for you. But you got to understand, even if you buy at the 200 weekly moving average, guys, I see me, yeah. If you buy a capitulation or the 200 weekly moving average, Bitcoin can still come down below that level, and you have to be able to hold like with iron, gold, diamond hands, whatever, plutonium. I don't even know what type of hands you need for this, but you have to have the will to just hold it, understanding that things may get scary, but at the same time, if you just hold on for like a year, the returns are going to be great. So like maybe more than a year, but let's go over here. So let's go to the daily chart very fast, then we'll go back to answering some of your guys' questions. Um, so if you bought down here, not even at the 200 weekly moving average, just somewhere down there, and you ride the rally, let me see if I can find it here. 365 days netted you 100% return. And if you wanted the peak one, it would have taken you about 3 years for that one. Now, more recently, the booms have been happening more and more frequently, as you guys can see. But over here, you buy towards the bottom, or the 200 weekly moving average, in particular, I guess, is what we're looking at. You hold on for 213 days, you at 325%. On this one, you buy at the bottom right down here, or at the 200 weekly moving average. You get up here, wow, you hold for about, well, let's see. Let's just go to 365, about 1,000% increase. Holding for a year, I mean, it may seem like a long time, but the returns justify holding it for that period of time. And you guys can continue to be buying until you reach that peak. So, a lot of people are just like me. I'm just going to be buying a lot, mostly when we're underneath this 100 weekly moving average. Well, you could always be buying more and more and more and more and more and more as you go up, more and more and more. You can keep on buying. That's not a problem. It's just that you have to understand when is that key point to sell. It's going to be at a level that's pretty darn huge. And by then we'll have an idea, just because of the probably Fibonacci extension tools, which we talked about a little bit, or maybe just some Gann friend lines and seeing where the support and resistance levels are from those particular viewpoints. But I think that you get my point there. There we go. And Bitcoin's trying to do something here again. Why does Bitcoin just look so cluttered compared to everything else on my screen? I don't know why. Luna looks so kind of nice. I think it's because all the lines we have on the screen, it just looks like too much. See, my mind doesn't like to look at lines. We actually don't need this line anymore, and we don't need this line anymore. We already broke down below them. There we go. Hey, Michael. Michael cooking bear could be an indicator. I'll have to put it on a YouTube short or something like that, because I got. Oh, I should take it out soon. I gotta let it thaw out. It's a honker of a piece of meat. Remember, I don't know if I have any pictures of me cutting up bear. I probably do somewhere in here. Let me see. Hey, boy. Loki. Look, Loki's over here saying hi, trying to get pets from me. If I could find it for you guys. Bear. Do I have any bear pictures on here? Nope. I have an elk that I shot. When I travel, I take way too many pictures. That's my problem. Oh, there it is. Okay, here. Dude, stop. Seattle. There you go. Email it to myself. Empty subject. There you go. Well, don't growl at me. Yeah, there you go. My dog is the biggest baby in the world. Yeah. He's pinching my hand between my desk and there. They raise this desk up a little bit so he's not too. There we go. All right. Now he's not going to hit my head or hit his head. All right. You know his big F right there. And Jerry, hey there, Jerry. Thanks, guys. And if you guys can, please make sure to subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. Um, YouTube does not like my channel. I've been having so many problems with them, but I think YouTube doesn't really like crypto channels that much at all. So it's kind of a weird thing, kind of a weird give take relationship, a love hate relationship. I think is the word I'm trying to use here. What's going on behind me? Oh, I trust capital. Geez, I trust capital is trying to advertise everywhere, but who's gonna want to put money like a retirement account in Bitcoin right now while Bitcoin's dropping like a rock? I would just hold off on that ammunition until the market gets better. Usually, all the advertisements come around when Bitcoin's at all-time highs and stuff like that, right? Oh, and I want to let you guys know I've been kind of busy this past week because of dealing with Loki and some family stuff. You know, help my mom and getting Mother's Day stuff ready for her. But I'm going to be putting out daily videos again as far as technical analysis, and I think I figured out a good schedule and a way to do that. And I think that'll be good. So I'm going to give you guys like daily updates as well as what we see with the streams here. Yeah, Loki's being a brat. You guys can see Loki right there. Oh, he's hiding now. He's coming down over here for scratches. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But if you guys have any questions on any particular coins, feel free to let me know. I can do technical analysis on any coin you guys want. It can be DOT, STMX, Link, ICP. As long as it's on TradingView, I can do a pretty decent technical analysis for you. Let me get rid of some of this information over here, though. CNBC, no. Twitter, CryptoCoin, no. That's fine. Actually, let's take a quick peek here at Twitter very fast, guys. I wonder what's going on right now. Someone on the Binance spot market keeps filling bids with size. Filled a 1K Bitcoin bid a few hours ago, a couple 200 Bitcoin bids. Now I put up a 2K bid. Kind of crazy. The price keeps on chewing through it. Yeah, people are buying. That's nice to see. Let's see. 3,800. It'll keep on going down, but yeah, that's good. Bitcoin will never trade below $1 again. Well, sometimes people say really stupid things. I don't understand why, but I guess I'm just not in on the joke. Flat price Bitcoin going crazy, volume price barely moving. What's going on in the markets? Well, he's using a specific exchange. I think that's what the problem is there. But let's see. Everyone and their cousin's uncle has bids at 29K. Bottom feeders rarely get fed. Remember that? Fear 34 bit. Oh, whoa. Look at it. See, people are just selling. They're not even shorting. They're selling. Selling is bad. If somebody sells and they're not shorting, guys, shorting allows us to squeeze them out of the market, which means they have to buy back the Bitcoin that they sold off onto the market. If they're just selling Bitcoin out in the market, they're not being forced to buy it back. And that's really the thing that you have to worry about here. But that's going to be the interesting part going forward, is my main point. They better, yeah, we need to get some buyers in the market here, not just sellers, of course. Hey, Little Scratcher. Russia is holiday tomorrow called Victory Day. How does it affect crypto and the stock market tomorrow? It doesn't unless Putin does something really crazy like launch a nuke or hydrogen bomb or some type of major event or a gas attack or something like that. Unless he does one of those things, it won't affect the market at all. The world at this point thinks Russia's military is a joke because it can't even beat Ukraine's military, even with the European and American hardware that we've sent them over, the military stuff. Until Russia actually poses a threat again from nobody is really gonna care about the market's not gonna really care about Russia. Not gonna care about Russia at all. There's just no reason to. A few months ago, or whatever, when all this started, we thought, okay, well, if Russia invades Ukraine, it'll probably won't last more than a couple weeks. Russia will win heartily, very quickly, and then life will go on, and there'll be some really tough sanctions for Russia, and then we have to worry about Russia with their energy dominance over Europe, and they're now really and the fact that they would probably own about 40% of all the world's grain plus their own stocks, right? And so that would be something right there that everybody was like, oh man, this could be bad. Well, now, we still have some problems with Russia, but nobody thinks Russia's going to win this war. Nobody thinks that anymore, but just because Russia's the performance has been so abysmal, so abysmal, and that's kind of it's sad to see how bad a military can fail, right? Especially a military that the whole world has been trained to fear, right? And everybody's like, Russia's the biggest threat to America, blah blah blah. Russia's this threat, Russia's this threat, and then when they actually try to do something with their military, it's sad, right? And it's not like they're fighting guerrilla warfare to the same degree. They're having massive battles, and they're just losing. They're just losing, and it's not a good thing, right? Who knows how many people have been making fun of Putin, right? And on the other side as well, I don't think people have been paying attention to the war that much. I mean, I haven't. I've been paying way more attention to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't know if that says anything about me, but I feel like that's more newsworthy than the Ukraine war right now, because every time I look at the Ukraine war, I look at the news, they're saying Russia's winning, then Ukraine's winning, then Russia's winning. They're trying to make it exciting when it's war. It should be exciting, but nothing is really happening that would really spark any major emotions from me beyond what I saw over the first few weeks of the war itself, right? It's kind of gone numb. Americans, we tend to go really numb about this stuff really, really fast, right? Hey Andrew, maybe Putin's going to be watching my stream. He could be. Guys, we have millionaires that watch my stream. As crazy as that sounds, like there are people with a lot of money that watch my stream, and I hope I've made them money, right? But yeah, anybody could be watching this stream, or at least a bot or something. Who knows? Um, hey Michael, how do I change the background to black on my TradingView app on my phone? I do not know how to do that on the phone. I don't use the TradingView app on my phone too much. Well, actually, let me see this very fast. I have an order on the way. Oh, that's fine. So on my phone, it's black, and I think that's because I changed it on my desktop. So if you want to change it on your desktop or computer, what you have to do is, like over here, this is gray, right? You right click on it, settings, okay? You're gonna go to appearance, I think it is, and you're gonna see background. It's gonna be gray. You're gonna change it to black, right? And change both to black. There's now it's really really black. Now you see the grid lines. You also change those to black, and now you have a completely black screen that you can use for trading. So, if you can find a computer, or if you have a computer, you just want to switch it over. That is easier. That's an easy way to do it. If you want to switch up the background for you, you can also change the colors to a whole bunch of random stuff. You can make it solid, or you can make it gradient. So I can do red to green, something really weird like that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with TradingView charts. People don't do it, of course, but you can. Like a lot of people like to go from green to that teal to like a darker blue, right? Or sometimes if you want to look hip, you can add some lavender or purple in there. Ooh, baby, like that, right? But yeah, you can change up the colors any way you want to. But I don't know why it's actually set to gradient. Most of you guys will probably want solid, black, and that'll be it, right? So that's an easy way to do it right there. Hey Andrew, no one said Russia's winning except for RT. I turned on CNN the other day and they said Russia was winning. And I don't understand. It looks like Russia's losing. But I think, remember, media today is there to drive clicks and engagement. They're not really there to give you as much information as they used to, and if you understand what I mean. But it's weird. Like, I don't understand it. But yeah, we all know Russia's losing, but there are still people out there saying on the media saying, Russia's winning this, Russia's winning this. And I'm like, no, but they say it nonetheless. So there's going to be people out there that believe it, right? Even if it's just meant to get you engaged with the news system, right? Hey Aaron, this software it's actually free. It's a website. Well, I pay for. I do the paid version for it, but it's a website called TradingView. If I It looks like this when you first log on. You might have this basic watch list here for free. There's some news up here. You can get some editors' picks of what people are thinking about the market. Stocks, gainers, losers, active. So it's called TradingView. They have a few different paid plans. They have a free plan. Excuse me. Most people are going to use the free plan until they're good enough to trade. Then they might move on to the pro plan, then the pro plus, then the premium. I pay for the premium plan. It's about I always forget. Uh, if you pay annually, it's 100. It's I don't even know what that is. 50 times 12 plus the 12% tax that I have to pay. Oh, whatever. 500, $600. I think $600. I think is what it is. So about $600 a year for premium. I don't know if I'm mixing it up. 10 times 50 is 5. Yeah, about $600, something like that. But if you pay monthly, it's $60 a month. Pro is $30 a month, and Pro Plus is $30 a month, and Pro is $15 a month. What I would usually recommend you guys do is here's my strategy for getting the best deal possible here. So I have a link below for TradingView. Use it, sign up for the free plan or the pro plan in monthly, right? And then just pay for it over time. And then what you guys are going to do is when Black Friday happens, they have a massive like 50 to 60% discount on the premium plan for annually. Just buy it there, and then every single year keep buying at the Black Friday price. And you just cut down like 40% of that. So instead of $40 a month, your average is going to be about like $25 a month, or probably like $25 a month, or $27 a month if you pay annually. So it's worth it to just kind of wait for that big holiday spectacular that known as Black Friday, and you guys will be pretty fine for that. Or Digital Monday, I think they might actually have something there for that as well. There is a big difference in what you guys get. Customer support, I get first priority. I've never had to use support with them because I've never had a problem, but I also do not trade with them, so I wouldn't really have many problems with them. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's a good platform. Let's see. Oh, you guys want Dogecoin? Yeah, Dogecoin again. Nothing has changed with Dogecoin, guys. Nothing has changed with Dogecoin. It's still here. It's still close to breaking down. Look, we're still trying to hold this trend line here. If Dogecoin breaks down below the support level, then yeah, it'll probably come back down a little bit more. But as far as when you want to be buying Dogecoin right now, you're probably not going to really want to buy Dogecoin until it goes down to 4 cents or 7 cents. This is the buying zone you're going to be looking for, and that'll be a great opportunity. But until then, just patiently waiting for Dogecoin, like a bunch of other coins, to come down a little bit more. Dogecoin's been holding up fairly well, a lot better than other coins, so it might have a little bit more of an aggressive drop over the next few weeks here. But overall, it's doing good. It's doing fine. Just as well, it's doing better than a lot of other coins. But that doesn't mean once it breaks down, it's not going to break down like everything else, right? So be careful of it. It'll hurt you guys. If you guys are trying to long it right now for a short-term profit. But if you guys are just holding it for the long term, like a lot of other people like me, right? It's just part of the process. Part of the process. Because I bought my Dogecoin way down here, right down here, this little zone. You buy it, you wait. I sold half of mine up here at 50 cents. There, right up here, not at the top, but close. Now we got to let it fall down a little bit more, and then later on, when we get out of this little bit of a bear market, Dogecoin's going to fly. A lot of these altcoins are going to be flying, and that'll be fantastic. But for now, if you're looking for another opportunity to buy Dogecoin and get bullish, it'll probably be the moment we break out above this trend line right here, or on the weekly chart if we can just try to get a golden cross. But Dogecoin's death cross happened a long time ago, and the rate at which this is moving, I don't know if we're going to be able to close back above the 20-week moving average here for Dogecoin until Bitcoin capitulates. And then after that moment in time, feel free to keep on buying as much Dogecoin as you want. But it's up to you guys at the end of the day, right? All right, there we go. Back over here. What are we looking at? Luna. One. There you go. There we are. Oh. Am I buying Shiba Inu coins since it continues to drop? No. I'm not buying Shiba until it crashes like another 30, 40% or something like that. maybe 30% more, something like that. But yeah, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to capitulate before I buy SHIB. Remember, I'm not really buying that much more Doge or more SHIB. They have large market caps. So if we go over here and look at the market caps of coins, let me move this down since Loki's not back. Loki's laying down again. I love having a desk that does that. But Dogecoin right now, right? Market cap is 16 billion. Okay, SHIB is market cap at 10 billion. So if SHIB goes up to $50 billion market cap or $60 billion market cap or $100 billion market cap, the most I'm going to see on my investment is a 10x from a market cap perspective. 50 billion, 5x from a market cap perspective. So, you know, let me see if I can just show you guys in a practical view next side by side here. There you go. So if I buy it now and we go back up towards all-time highs, I'm going to be making about 381%, about, almost 4x my position. If it goes up to 50 billion, to be like 5x position down the road. But if I'm able to buy it somewhere down here again, like if we just fall off a cliff, which you most likely will, by the time we get to all-time highs, it'll be about 700% returns. That's more of what I'm looking for. And then even more than that down the road. But, that's 700%, maybe 800, maybe 1,000% max for SHIB, maybe 1,000% max. But if I'm able to buy a coin like STMX, which has a market cap of $135 million market cap, and it might go to about $80 million market cap or $90 million market cap before all of this is said and done. Well, guess what? Oops, there you go. There we are. This is a weekly chart as well. If I buy it now, I'm already going to make about 600% profit if it goes back to all-time highs. But if I let it go all the way down here to like 0.007, then I buy, and then we hit all-time highs later on, just getting back up to the all-time highs will give me 1,200%. And then if, again, 1,200% means the market cap will have only reached about $700 million market cap, not even $1 billion. So if we hit $1 billion with STMX down the road, right? Let's say we just get up to what are we at? Like a penny. Let's just say we get up from where we are penny. What's all-time highs is also 10 cents. Let's say we just go to 30 cents. So 3 times the all-time high, 3x. That's 2,000%. I'm putting more money into these types of coins over the high market cap coins. But I am buying those higher market cap coins, but I'm not putting nearly as much capital behind them. I'm buying Ethereum, Robinhood, SHIB, Luna, all that type of stuff as we go down bit by bit. I'm buying a little bit every day, not SHIB, because I want it to come down a little bit more since it can clearly just plummet down. Where's SHIB at? Right? There's not much support after we break down below this level. A little bit here, that's a long way down. The next level of support, if we break down, 32% drop. Okay. So I've been frugal with that amount, and I'm waiting for us to hurry up and fall so I can buy some. But for the most part, guys, I want to buy coins that have an opportunity to go up hundreds and thousands of percents fairly easily on the next altcoin season. And I'm buying up large amounts in anticipation for that. Hey, Tony, DERC? DERC, what is DERC? There's a different chart I can look at for this one. I know this is a big get. It probably just got put on there. No, about the same thing. For this coin right here, there's not really much technicals I can do on it because it looks like it's so new. But let's see. Dirk is what it is. Dirk. Let's go to coin market cap. There you go. August. Now I have a big picture of what's going on here. So it's close to all-time lows. It's not there yet. As far as the project's concerned, the market cap is $38 million. Might come down a little bit more than that, obviously, just because of the way the market conditions working out. Play to earn NFT racing metaverse where you can participate in horse races, breed NFT horses with unique characteristics, build your own NFT hippodrome, and make a profit while doing it. Huh. That's an interesting concept. I think a casino would probably have fun buying that or using some type of thing like this. Um, so I would look to invest in this for the long term, but I probably would only be buying a little bit here and there until it has a big drop. The Bitcoin capitulates that very day, and I'd probably toss in about $200 into this. I would have to look at the white paper first, but the it looks like it would be a fun thing to do, and I could see once they fix the graphics a little bit more. Obviously, I could see them. I could see things like casinos and Vegas and things like that being really excited to get on this, and individual horse racing lovers like myself who used to go to every horse race they could. So I could definitely see that. I could definitely see this being as a good like $200 buy-in right here, and especially because if we go over here, not that's not what I'm looking for. There you go. Market cap is $38 million. It might come back down to like $20 million before all said and done, and maybe just the $25 million market cap. I'd be very, very happy to buy that, and the price should go up pretty well handily after that. The market cap right now is 38 million, but at the height it was at 279 million. So yeah, I could see that, and that was at all-time highs. I can see this being a good hold long term. If you already have some, it's up to you if you want to sell it or hold it for a longer period of time. But I mean, if I had some, I would probably just be holding it and waiting for all this to blow over, because I probably wouldn't have much money in the first place, just because it's such it is a low market cap coin. It is going to be high risk, but the risk seems to be worth it at this point for that particular coin. They have a good mission, if you will. They have something that has utility to it. Hey, Bartis. Mike just woke up. Are things better or worse today? They're worse, but getting better, I guess you could say. So from yesterday, we talked about we were at support and we were just trying to hold this line right here, because I told you guys, Bartis, that hey, we were trying to hold this lower high, this higher low, and then we looked at it a while ago and from last night, and I gave you guys a warning. I was like, we broke it. Oh, right. I know how subtle this is going to look, but we broke it. And you Brightish remember this. I was like, this means the next time we go down below it, it's not going to be nearly as nice. So we went choppy for a little bit of time. Went choppy throughout the night. Not much really happened. Then early morning here, we just got whoosh right there. So it's officially broken. We're having a little bit of a rebound right now, or maybe this could be a short-term bottom for us. But we broke down below it officially. So the next time we come into contact with it, after we do some type of squiggly line like this, woo. The next time we come back down, it's going to be rough, right? So, worse, but getting better, but ultimately still bad. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it to you. Hey, Rabbit, are you going all in on crypto at 20K Bitcoin or going 50? What do you mean? Um, my strategy for buying crypto right now is every day that we're underneath the 100 weekly moving average, I'm buying a little bit of crypto every day. Right now, it's probably costing me anywhere from like $20 to $100 every day to buy as much crypto as I am. So sometimes I'm not buying much. Sometimes I'm buying up to $100 a day. Um, Now, if we run into the 200 weekly moving average, I'm going to buy a lot of crypto at that particular point. And then I'm also going to be buying a lot of crypto at the same day that we capitulate. And capitulation to me is where Bitcoin goes into a free fall, and the volume that we're looking at is absolutely sky high. We don't have a lot of volume right now. We don't. The volume I'm looking for, day. Oops, I drew something. I probably. There we go. Let me just get the chart of the way. The volume I'm looking for, or the capitulation I'm looking for. Can you guys see that? You guys can see that kind of. Yeah, let's stretch that out. You know, these these dude, this magnet's gonna kill me. There we go. These large red candles, or large red volume candles, that make everything else look extraordinarily small. Everything else looks so small compared to them. Then we hit the next one right here. I mean, there's a few more we skipped over, but look at lower volume makes everything look small. And again, these candles happen after the death crosses in the weekly chart breaking down below the 20-month moving average, and that's why they're so rare. But again, right now, if you put up the volume of what we've been looking at, let me move my head the way, or yeah, let's actually move my head out of the way. There you go. For a second. Okay. You can see Bitcoin capitulation right below, right here, and you can see where we're at right now. We want to be there, and at least for today or this today. Let's just go for like the highest of the last week since we've kind of been dropping a little bit more this week. We were only there. We got a long way to go. Capitulation is going to make all this look very, 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 very small. The day that it happens, so let's just kind of play this in slow motion, if you will. Watch the volume candles. Look what happens on the day we actually capitulate. I should probably speed this up a little bit here, shouldn't I? Yeah, one tick every second. See what it did? Made everything else look a lot smaller right there, okay? That's what we're hoping for here. That's what we're hoping for. Right? And then go back to normal. And I can just X out of it now. There we are. But we're looking for that big, big, strong move going forward. And we're not there yet. We still got the tiny stuff here. We still got the tiny amounts of volume. What's the best way to just put it back in auto? Yeah, there we go. The good thing for now is at least Bitcoin's trying to do a little bit of reversal, which kind of helps people out. Here we go. Would it be better to invest in Luna, Dogecoin, Solana, Ethereum Classic on this dip or Bitcoin? The safest bet is Bitcoin, but you could also be investing in Luna. All those coins you get invested in. They're all stable enough. They're all good. I'd probably say Ethereum is probably where I'd like to go to most of my capital, or Ethereum Classic is going to be good. Ethereum Classic should be fun specifically because it's also on Robinhood. And so, you should expect a good amount of volume to come from Robinhood, Webull. It's all over the place, basically, which means if it gets pumped, everybody will have access to pump it up even more. That's what was so crazy about Dogecoin. Dogecoin was on a lot of exchanges, but at the same time, Dogecoin was on Robinhood. And the fact that it was on Robinhood with all that kind of crazy cash kind of flying in there during the pandemic, it led to some really astronomical gains that everybody really enjoyed. Hey Tilo, I have a feeling that one big country they will buy Bitcoin soon. I mean, if they haven't already, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be countries buying Bitcoin just so they can manipulate the price if they ever needed to. I'm surprised the International Monetary Fund hasn't been buying up Bitcoin so they could take the price whenever they want to, and just to try to ruin the currency, right? Right. But it'll become more widely adopted in time. You're already starting to see a lot of specific cities in America, like Miami, trying to go all in on crypto to get in all the revenue, all the jobs and stuff like that, which is going to be a good thing because if they can get jobs and tax revenue from this type of stuff, they're going to go in all the way. Did I go into ApeCoin? I bought ApeCoin at $10.77 and I sold it like at $15, and I didn't trade it since then. I had fun with it. It was just mostly me telling you guys, here's a double bottom pattern. This is how you trade it. I'm going to put my reputation on the line, buying at $10.77, and I said I'm not going to sell this ApeCoin until it's either $10 for a loss or at $15, and it hit $15, so I sold it. But I haven't. I didn't trade ApeCoin after that. I did some day trading on it, but not any swing trades or anything like that. So no. And hey, Lois Scotcher, Kentucky Derby winner, long shot. Yeah, he had like 80-1 odds, something like that. It was a crazy win. It was a good thing that he won. It was really fun to watch it. A lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people lost a lot of money, but a few people made a bunch of money, and that was really good to see at the Kentucky Derby there, with everybody with their fancy outfits and crazy looking hats. But okay, buddy. I'm gonna, it's at the old support level right here. We talked about that a little bit ago. I'm gonna call it a day here. It's still Mother's Day. I'm gonna go back up and spend some time with my mom. She's just getting ready for the day, and I'm gonna go hang out with her and my sister. And I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon around 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And I'll put out a video maybe later on today or maybe tomorrow, giving you guys an update on everything that's going on in the market and kind of a comprehensive plan, if you need one, to how to trade Bitcoin capitulation, because it may be difficult for those of you guys who have never been in a Bitcoin bear market before and kind of seen all the carnage that can be delivered from it. Okay, but all right. See you guys a little bit later. Have a great rest of your day and spend some time with your